I was washing the last dish my daughter had placed beside the sink when my phone vibrated. Her fingertips were still red from chopping vegetables, rolling dough, and stirring pots. She had spent 3 whole days preparing food for a celebration that didn't even belong to her. A single message glowed on my screen. We've decided to move the celebration to a restaurant. Adults only. No explanation. No apology. Just a decision thrown at us. I reread it more times than I care to admit. Each time felt like someone tightening a knot inside my chest. My daughter, meanwhile, was humming softly as she moved around the living room, adjusting the dessert platter she had crafted with meticulous care. 23 plates for 23 people who almost never acknowledge her effort. It was my mother-in-law's birthday. My wife's relatives dominated everything, as always. My daughter had done all this out of pure, stubborn kindness, the kind only a 17-year-old still believes in. I swallowed the sting in my throat and walked to her with a smile I had to force. "Hey, kid, take a break. I'll finish the rest." She didn't question me. She trusted me completely. That trust felt heavier than the dish I was holding. Back in the kitchen, I stared at the trays she prepared, each garnish carefully placed, every detail done with love for people who rarely gave her more than a passing glance. And then the realization hit. My wife had watched her work for days, 3 exhausting days, and waited until everything was ready before suddenly announcing that the plan had changed. Not by us, for us. And something about it felt practiced, too neat, too intentional. The memories of the past few months resurfaced, her unexplainable late nights, private phone calls behind bathroom doors, the new perfume she only wore when she went out, and the unfamiliar male name that had popped up on her screen twice. I pushed the thoughts away, but they clung to me like soot. Later, while she stepped out to pick up a gift, I finally unlocked her phone, not to accuse her, not to prove her guilty. I needed, to silence the part of me that already knew the truth. There he was again, the same man. Late night calls, deleted chats, places she never told me about, and one picture, her stepping out of a hotel I had never set foot in. My heart didn't race. It slowed. When clarity arrives, it comes quietly. I printed everything, messages, call logs, timestamps, not for an argument, for closure. She returned home glowing, dressed up, smelling of that unfamiliar perfume. "Wish us luck," she said, breezy and excited. She meant herself and her family, the ones who took from us. I told her to enjoy her night. No emotion, no hesitation. Once she left, the house fell into a peaceful stillness. My daughter slept with a kind of innocence only the young or the truly good possess. I sat alone with the folder in my lap and breathed in a strange calm, the calm of someone who had finally stopped lying to himself. She came back around midnight, tipsy and rehearsing whatever excuse she had prepared for my reaction to the last-minute change. She barely stepped inside when I placed the folder on the table. Her smile died instantly. "What's this?" I didn't say a word. She opened it, saw the messages, the photos, the timeline, all arranged so clearly even she couldn't twist her way out of it. Her knees faltered. She clutched the edge of the table. Her breath shimmered into pieces. "What do you want from me?" she whispered, voice trembling. For the first time tonight, I looked her straight in the eyes. Nothing. Not anymore. Something inside her collapsed. She finally understood. People who still want something can be bargained with. But those who want nothing at all are beyond negotiation. "You destroyed me," she said in a broken whisper. "No," I answered softly. "You destroyed yourself. I just stopped hiding it." I went upstairs, kissed my daughter goodnight, and slept more peacefully than I had in years. The next morning, as I cooked breakfast, my phone buzzed relentlessly. Her mother, her brother, members of the restaurant party. Every message said some version of, "We need to talk about what you sent." Because I hadn't only printed the proof, I had forwarded it to every person she had spent years trying to impress. Every friend who worshipped her. Her entire family. The same people who treated my daughter like she was there to serve them. I added no insults. No accusations. Just the truth. and the truth did enough on its own. She came downstairs an hour later with swollen eyes and trembling hands. Her phone was buzzing nonstop. "You sent everything," she whispered. I took my keys and headed for the door. "I told you once that silence can be dangerous. You should have taken that seriously." The door clicked behind me, and that was when she understood. The dinner she excluded my daughter from was the very night that shattered her fabricated reputation. Some stories end with shouting. Mine ends with a woman facing the consequences of her own choices, and a father stepping into the morning air with nothing but his daughter's trust and a peace he had earned without raising his voice.